Welcome, everybody, to more of the Alexis K. Tyler Vagina Power Show. You know, I was going to do this show tomorrow. I was thinking of putting it off maybe a couple more days. Hello, Butterfly. Hello, Crystals. Hello, Life. Hello, Lover. Hello, Wood Grain. Thank you for coming. But it was just a lot of stuff. Thank you, guest, Eager Beaver. Yeah, I'm sorry. I was running a little late. Hey, Zoe. Thank you for your very powerful email you sent to me. And I'm glad that the shows on Mama-Daughter Drama have been helping you and have been inspiring you. Definitely, you all have supported me, and it means so much to me because at first I thought that I was the only one that had this problem, had this drama, had this issue in my life. So I thought, well, I don't know if I'm just going to get on their nerves. They're going to understand this and me venting and me expressing the things that I've learned and the way I see this. But I see now, and I look at the YouTube and the way they are just hitting them videos, and I was getting emails from YouTube at like 2, 3 o'clock this morning because I guess it was people that didn't get a chance to see them earlier or I probably watched them over. And they put a lot of powerful comments on all of those videos that dealing with mother-daughter drama, viewers' response, live viewer call-in, daddy-daughter drama, and the law of attraction. Because I really wanted women to see how the law of attraction moves in 360 degrees of your world, 360 days or 65 days a year. It was really supposed to be 360 because 360 is a complete infinite circle. So when the Romans changed the calendar and changed the days of the month and made it a 365 year, it actually throws you off balance. So it's good to learn about math and what 360 looks like because your body is on a 360 calendar. And there are different levels of 360 degrees. You have a lower level of 360 degrees, a middle level, and then a higher level of 360 degrees. I think one of those is 720, 360 plus 360. So we have to learn, and I have a lot to teach you about how spirituality ties into sexuality and the laws of attraction. You cannot escape yourself. You cannot escape the principles, the laws of nature, and the laws based on thinking and growing rich, which are the laws of attraction. You can escape them by being ignorant of them, but ignorance of the law, like they will tell you in the court of law, is no excuse. So we suffer, we stumble, and we fall because we are going against the laws of nature. And anytime we have a mother that is abusive, we are going against the laws of nature because she is anti-nature. She is against having you whole and having you in balance. So she teaches you, and that's what I want to talk about, the birth of mind. And when I was talking about the little girl, healing that little girl, that wounded inner little girl and the inner little boy and the inner child inside of you, sometimes you have to slap her ass with the truth. And slapping her and actually rationalizing with her and helping her to stop rationalizing the irrational. See, a lot of us are in an anti-nature state. We're in an irrational state of mind. So our irrational state of mind has produced an irrational state of being in our third dimensional world. That's what I want us to understand and to overstand. And when your mother abuses you, your father abandons, abuses you, everybody else in the family is allowed to abuse you, other people are allowed to come in and co-conspire as your mother being the co-creator in her world. And since you are a part of her world, she is now co-creating with you to create an entity. Now, a lot of you probably don't know about entities. When you deal with ghosts, when you deal with poltergeists, when you deal with apparitions, it's good to look up these things, ghosts and poltergeists and apparitions and engrams. For you all that are not familiar with Dianetics or L. Ron Hubbard that wrote the book Dianetics, a lot of people say negative things about Dianetics and the Scientologists, but I'm telling you, before you turn on people or you turn against something or you refuse to look at something or study it and you rationalize it's no good because you listen to other people, you need to investigate and judge for yourself. Now, they said that L. Ron Hubbard, who's dead now, that created Scientology, was writing science fiction or comics. But that's another thing I also want to bring to your attention, because a lot of black people are not into collecting comics and reading comics. You need to go read comics and study them, because they hide a lot of truth and metaphysical principles and laws of the universe and attraction in comic books. I saw an interview a couple of weeks ago, the white man that wrote, created the character Storm, said that, and when you see Storm in the cartoons, this is a white woman with blonde hair and blue eyes. But the original creator said that he created her to look like Halle Berry. But you've never seen a black woman before Halle Berry play the character of Storm. He said Storm is a black woman because she is the laws of nature. She was the first and oldest one here. So a lot of times white folks know who we are, but we don't know who we are. And they put it in comic books and fairy tales. And it's for you to figure the shit out, but most of the time you're not going to be able to see it because they're going to replace it with a white woman or a white character, but they know that the original Mother Nature is a black woman. I saw a commercial a few weeks ago. I think it was some kind of insurance commercial, and this black woman walks in the room and said, "Hello, I'm Mother Nature." I was absolutely shocked. I said, "Oh, my God." They just helped turn my mind around, because subconsciously they just acknowledge what a lot of us know, what they know, that the oldest and first woman, and they call her Lucy, was a black one. So she is Mother Nature. So, but when your mother gets with you and she brings you into her experience, she gives birth to you, she already has a world that's set in motion. But she helps to create an entity in your mind, a poltergeist, a ghost, an aberration in your mind that once it's set in motion, it creates a whole nother personality. And when you look at Dianetics, there's a chapter where L. Ron Hubbard talks about engrams, which are glitches in your mind. Like you have a perfectly fine-tuned motor, and that motor's humming so perfectly that when the car is running, whether it's standing still idling or whether it's driving down the street, you can't even hear that car coming because it runs so smooth. Then you don't change the oil, or you put an inferior gas in it, or you throw a rock underneath the hood, and it throws everything out of balance. And now you hear it coming, clicking and pinging and shugging and coughing because you put a glitch in the system. Well, that's what an engram is. And he was even describing in the book where if a mother is pregnant, the child feels and hears and senses when it's not loved and when it's not wanted and when the mother's not happy, because it feels the mother's pain. The child feels the mother's pain. Even when there's very rough sexual intercourse, a man is slamming his dick up in a woman's vagina, and he might have an extremely long dick, or he's rough with her, he's violent with her, the baby feels very uncomfortable, feels a lot of discomfort, and especially if the man does not love the woman or love the child, or is the father and doesn't really want the woman to be pregnant. It is planting engrams and seed of self-destruction and self-hatred in the baby's mind, although it's in her womb. So many of us, because our mother co-created this with us, when we accept her beliefs because we look up to her and we admire her and we respect her so much, she begins to tell you, you're dumb, you're stupid, you're a slut, you suck dicks, you ain't going to never be nothing. You're not going to accomplish anything. Every man that comes with you is going to leave you and going to walk away. You're no good. Your daddy ain't no good. He left. I wish you'd get the fuck out of my face, too, because every time I look at you, I want to beat you in your face because you make me think of his no good, raggedy, rotten ass. I hate you. I hate your daddy, too. And that's why I hate your ass, because you his. They're planting this, and you start to believe this, and your emotions become deeper and stronger and rooted in this belief. And there is a very powerful, this is what we don't know, so I want you to start looking at, because mine have been coming out, and I have had to deal with these personalities, and I had to slap the hell out of my little girl ass the past few days. But it's not slapping a negative way. I'm going to get to it. Because, see, when your mother starts to abuse you, verbally and physically, and you are forced to stay with her. You can't